I quit the gym and only trained calisthenics. This is what happened. So recently, not too long ago, I was doing a challenge, a completely bodyweight calisthenic only challenge that involved me doing 1 rep for every 1,000 subscribers I had on YouTube. The challenge was unfortunately very short-lived. I only was able to keep up with it for 2 weeks. However, the craziest thing were the effects that happened in such a short amount of time. Basically, I was doing 1 push-up, 1 squat, 1 calf raise, and 1 second of planks for abs for every 1,000 subscribers I had, and 1 pull-up for every 5,000 subscribers I had. So on the first day of the challenge, I believe it was somewhere around 73 pull-ups, 369 push-ups, squats, calf raises, and seconds of planking. Now, going from only 10 to 15 rep sets in the gym to hundreds of repetitions in a single day was definitely not the smartest decision, and needless to say, I was wrecked after the first day. I'll be honest, I should have actually progressed into it and started at a much smaller amount instead of just jumping right into hundreds of reps. Something crazy actually happened from doing this. When I started the challenge, I was around 188 pounds. Since I knew I was gonna have to do this every single day, I said I'm gonna hop on creatine and I'm gonna start bulking and eating way more calories so I can recover. The first day, the challenge took me around 3 hours. Here's the crazy thing, even though I was insanely sore, I pushed myself to do it days 2, 3, and 4, and literally by the 4th day, I stopped getting sore. My body started recovering literally like 5 times as fast as normal, started utilizing the excess calories I was eating. I gained weight. I put on 7 pounds from the creatine and the food, and my body weight jumped up to 195, but I was still getting a lot stronger and faster with my reps and PRing on a lot of the movements. So this is where it started to get interesting. I know most calisthenics athletes are really shredded, they're really lean and stuff like that, and I'm sure you're probably expecting me to show you before and after where I got really shredded, but that's not the case. I actually put on body fat during this challenge, but my body didn't really change as much as you would expect anyway. It was a short time frame, only 2 weeks doing it, but I gained weight. However, my performance got better, which usually you would think it's the opposite with calisthenics. Obviously, if you're leaner, you can do more. This wasn't the case this time around. When I started, my maximum pull-up PR was 8. I was only able to do 8 pull-ups in a set, right? Then I got 12 within a few days, and by the 13th day, literally it only took me 2 weeks. How did I, at 195 body weight, over 20% body fat, PR 20 mother effing pull-ups? The last time I did 20 pull-ups in my life, I weighed 165. But this time around, because I was doing them every day, 74 pull-ups a day, right? 20 pull-ups in a single freaking set. I've never done this, and I didn't think I'd even be able to reach that number at this body weight, so that was crazy. When I started, my push-ups PR in 1 set was 40. Same thing, after 2 weeks, I got them up to 60, and honestly, I think they could have been higher, like 80, but I was starting to have shoulder pain due to a labrum issue in the rotator cuff area, but even still, 60 in a set is still pretty good at that body weight. I pushed myself to the absolute max for my squat PR and got 70. I was out of breath. I was ready to pass out. In literally only 13 days, my bodyweight squat PR, you might be thinking, oh, bodyweight squats are not that hard. Literally stand right now and do 30 in a row. You're gonna be out of breath. I don't care who you are. 120 was my PR. 120, that's a 50 rep PR. So the numbers were shooting through the freaking roof. It gets better. Check this out. Calf raises. When I started, I did 60 bodyweight calf raises in a row. By the end of it, 100 reps in a set in only 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, 13 days. Like, it's crazy. Same thing with planks. The first day I did them, I was doing sets of 30 seconds and my PR was only 60 seconds. 1 freaking minute. Tell me how, in a little bit over a week, under 2 weeks, my PR shot up to 130 seconds. That's 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And I was getting really close to doing 3 minutes of planking. It got to the point where my mind would trail off in the middle of planks. Planks that used to be so hard where I'm bracing my core. And then eventually got to the point where I'm just head banging to my music. What's the timer at? Minute and a half? Yeah, it got that easy. I was literally gaining body fat, but my strength was skyrocketing. So to make it harder, I decided to throw in 1-arm push-ups. The first day I did them, I barely got 3. Like this movement was way harder than I thought, right? I barely got 3 1-arm push-ups. It took the piss out of me to do these, right? Just a few days. I think it was like between 3 and 5 days later, right? I got 13 1-arm push-ups. They were exponentially increasing as the days went on. I started at 3, then I got something like 6, and then 10, then 12 PR 1-arm push-ups, right? I was just really in shock and awe at how fast my strength was increasing. And that's when I realized, I think incorporating calisthenics into your weightlifting, even if you're just a weightlifter, is a really good way to get strong really fast. especially if you're not used to doing that amount of endurance work. Don't sleep on it because it actually started strengthening the crap out of my body. However, this is where the issues started. Since I was doing these exercises on a daily basis, I made the mistake of not easing into it and also not resting enough. So yeah, I was PRing on all these movements, and I was also decreasing the amount of time it was taking me. The first day I told you it took about 3 hours to complete all these hundreds of reps, and I got it down to 90 minutes at one point. The amount of reps I was doing per set as well, I don't know if this was the creatine I was using from Huge Supplements, by the way, code SKI for 10% off. I don't know if it was that, or if it was just the fact that my body was adapting extremely fast. Probably a little bit of both, but I went from doing sets of 20 push-ups to sets of 30 easily with less rest time. Remember I said I was cutting the time of the workouts down. I went from sets of 5 pull-ups to sets of 8 pull-ups. And I could feel the skin splitting muscle pumps. Like, these pumps were different. They literally felt like my skin was gonna tear. I had so much blood flow throughout my body. Like I said, this is where things started to go wrong. I got injured. I actually got injured from overuse. My tendons got wrecked. They were getting stronger. But at the same time, since I have imbalances and I have already other issues that started, right? Remember I said the shoulder pain I had? That started to get really, really extreme, all right? I almost thought I had a torn labrum. Any external rotation was hurting the crap out of my shoulder, and I couldn't do even bodyweight push-ups. On top of that, I got, I believe it's grade 1, the lowest grade of biceps tendonitis, because my body wasn't used to doing pull-ups on a daily basis. Like I said, I should have eased into it. So I overworked the crap out of my tendons and ligaments, and what happened? Extreme pain, extreme inflammation. I was doing cold plunges every day throughout this challenge to help with the recovery, but it still wasn't enough. And that's when I realized that David Goggins is wrong, okay? You should not have a grip mindset with like this. You got to be smart about it. Otherwise, you're going to end up wrecking yourself, right? If you never run and you decide to run 3 miles your first day and you get massive shin pain and you're like, I'm just being a bitch, I should keep running. Guess what, bro? You're going to have so many micro fractures in your shin that you'll never be able to run again. Like, you're going to ruin yourself. So you should always ease your way into things unless you're taking steroids. Have fun, bro. Like, literally, the sky's the limit. But yeah, if I could go back and change anything, I would have progressed into it and done it less frequently on less days out of the week. I would have been an absolute tank by now, I'm sure. I probably would have been getting 25 pull-ups in a set, right? So I think you shouldn't always just listen to the people on the internet that say, you're just being a bitch. You need to push yourself more, bro. You're not working hard enough, bro. You are working hard enough. That's the thing. You have to work hard in a calculated manner. Otherwise, you're going to wreck yourself like me. Bicep tendonitis. Actually, also, I forgot to mention, patellar tendonitis on my knee flared up again. Both my hips. I started getting sharp hip pain from bodyweight squats. What kind of garbage is that, bro? That's a warm-up move, bodyweight squats, right? But again, it goes to show you can easily overwork things if you're not careful. So this doesn't mean be a baby and work out really, really lightly. It means work out hard, exponentially increase your load, and work up to a place that's intense, right? So yeah, don't do what I did. Switching from the gym to calisthenics was sick. Honestly, I felt like I was gonna get bigger without the weights, which is really weird because a lot of people on calisthenics and say you can't really get big. I am still on the weightlifting side, but I definitely see the power and the potential of calisthenics training. And I wish I didn't get injured, because in only 13 days, as you could see, my numbers literally shot through the roof and my weight was increasing and I was going up in body fat. So yeah, if you're somebody that's been on the fence about calisthenics, honestly, start incorporating some of the bodyweight movements on the day that you're training that muscle group. So on leg day, throw in bodyweight squats. Do 1 set to failure, as many as you could do. On back day, throw in some pull-ups, bro. On chest day, throw in push-ups. Do 1 set. When's the last time you did a set to failure of push-ups? You probably don't even know how many you could do in a set. So yeah, do it carefully. Don't overwork yourself so you don't wreck your tendons like me. But yeah, I definitely recommend trying it out because there are gains that are untapped that are waiting for you to tap in them. So with that being said, that's going to be it for the video. This is Ski Mask Duets signing out. Let's create the best version of ourselves to give to the world, okay? Peace.